Welcome to Happy Valley, State College, Pennsylvania. Yes, zone, fired up, stands starting to fill, and they are ready to see the Penn State Nittany Lions take the field to kick off this new season. We're really looking forward to this matchup. You've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the SMU Mustangs, taking on a team from the Big Ten, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Mustangs will kick it away first. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Nittany Lions offense will take the first swing of the game. And here comes the big fella, a staple of this aerial attack, Jesse.
And he's a guy they can line up all over the field, David. There's matchups out there waiting to be taken advantage of.
Yeah, and it's so nice to be able to do that. It makes it easy to play quarterback when you can feature a guy like this that's fast, big, and strong.
Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to pass, it's Adkins. Looking to scramble. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Gets open down the middle. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40. trying to find his man on first down. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. He'll try it again. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Some third down conversions tougher than others. This one a long one on third down from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26.
You know, this offense knew coming into the game they were going to get some opportunities to take shots down the field. They feel like they've got the guys in the perimeter to win one-on-one, and you saw it right there.
The give. Runs through a tackle. Able to make the tackle, but not before he gets 5 yards down to the 21. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll go to the ground. They make the stop, and this running game moves to change as they get the first down. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Wants to throw on first down. It's complete. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down.
Holding. Offense.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. The Nittany Lions will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Looking downfield, it's Adkins. Quickly complete. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route running all the way across the field. The DB just can't stay with him because of his speed, and as a result, they give up a big one.
Into the end zone, and he's got it. Touchdown, Penn State. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a try like that. And that kick was perfectly down the middle. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So SMU's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
From the gun, running back gets to give. Across the 25, he's got room. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
And you're going to hear this guy's name a lot. They're going to ride the big fella. He's such a stud. They're going to build the offense around him. This is just game one, but you're going to get a lot of big runs from this guy.
He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. Running behind that left side. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And the Mustangs want to pick up the tempo. Dropping back, it's Carson. Scrambling away. Going to try to get it himself. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hit. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Now the play fake. Pressure coming. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Hard work pays off, guys. These offenses work so hard week in, week out, working on those critical down distances. Third downs, having that conversion this early in the game, that's got to feel good for this offense.
Running back searching for a hole. And he'll be taken down, but but he does have enough for the first down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The lost yardage leaves him with 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and 3rd down is coming. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
Between the uprights, it's good. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that...
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes, as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Scanning the field, it's Adkins. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down. And the Nittany Lions will punt it away on 4th down. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Makes the catch around the 50. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fires the pass, intercepted. The sudden change on the turnover, man, he was looking for running room, couldn't find that, but they'll have it at the 22.
I tell you what, as a quarterback, you got to have a short memory. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to be asked to do it. If he throws his first career interception, if I'm the coach on the sideline, listen, I'm bringing him over. This ain't going to be your last big fella. Like, you're going to make mistakes. It's okay. Put it behind you. Next play.
He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Leaves it with the running back. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. He's got 42 yards rushing in the early going, and he is making an impact in the first game of the season. They'll try to run for it. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it up to 36. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Use the play fake, now to throw. Gets it out fast. Oh, the pirouette gets him loose. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. The Nittany Lions are rolling down the field. Going up top on first down. Makes his connection. Put it wide on him. Sweet play. Good pick up, and they'll move the chains for the first down.
This offense is clicking. Everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this time when they got going.
He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. He wants to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. One of the offshoots of expansion, particularly in the Big Ten, was how viable could the ACC remain, and it just sort of ramps up the stakes when they meet on the field.
Yeah, I think all of this conference realignment, all the money talk, the loss of rivalries, but it's the haves and the have-nots. And let's be honest, the SEC and the Big Ten are the big two gorillas, right? Anytime you can make a statement and dent these two big powerhouse conferences, they'll do it.
I think the ACC, too, is going to play with a chip on his shoulder. Back in conference realignment, it was the best 4 programs from the Pac-12 that all chose the Big Ten and not the ACC. So this one will be interesting.
And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. And the O will stay out there and go for it on 4th and inches. They'll try to sneak it. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
Well, you feel pretty good about a quarterback sneak most of the time. Yardage play. I just got to find a little crease and get through it. But this defense was more than ready for it. Built that wall up front. Nowhere to go, no push, big stop on the deep.
They finally get him on the ground with a big running play, moves the chains for the first down.
I'll tell you what, dude, in today's football, I'm not starting a team without a guy that can do that at the quarterback spot. You see it. He hits the gas, pulls it down quickly, and just goes. Whether he's reading something, whether he's throwing, he is always a threat to run the football. He completely changes the way you play defense.
Right down the middle. A strike downfield. And it's a fumble after that huge gain. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. First down here for the offense. Looking to move it through the air. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone. They're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions. And then the pass rush, they win up front.
He'll try to do it himself. Jumped on top of the pile.
When it gets in long yardage situations, defensively, you're thinking pass, pass, pass. How about the quarterback doing a great job? He wants to push it down the field, but he does a great job scrambling, chewing up chunks of yards, and now making this situation a lot more manageable.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, offensive coordinators put in countless hours every week trying to formate and use different personnel groupings, shifts and motions to give their offense a success on 3rd down. You can tell in this game, this offensive coordinator, he has put in the work this week.
They're strong, and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quick.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. No good. After the miss, the lead is still 4. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far hard, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
You know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around, see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he's able to shed 1 tackle, but still just a very short gain. The Mustangs headed quickly to the line. Back to throw, it's Carson. He's got an open man. Hits the accelerator to the right. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Mustangs!
And that is the first passing touchdown, first of many of the season for this offense. Nice drive by the offense. Way to finish it, take care of the football, make some plays in the passing game. This offense looks like they're going to be a really hard one to stop.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Oh, close to the marker, it's Wilkins. And they bring him down, but did you see this freshman rifle that thing in there? It's 1st and 10 from the 31. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And he was able to get away from 1 tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. We reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. A couple of yards shy of the 1st down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field. He was running through tackles and picked up the 1st down and finally got knocked down. The Nittany Lions will line it up on 1st and 10. He's got his man. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. A new set of downs after the completion. Dropping back, it's Adkins. Fires to the wideout. Pulls it in. Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a 1st down. He's looking to throw it. Unleashes 1 deep. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off.
It's just part of playing the position, and that's an interception this young man's going to learn from. That's the first interception he's thrown in his college football career, and guess what? It's probably not going to be his last. You got to turn the page and learn from it.
Fires to the middle. Waits to throw. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that. You open a drive like that, and the entire playbook opens up on 1st down from the 44. He's going to pass. Finds his big tight end. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the 1st down. The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the 1st down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. Don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you. So much creativity with routes now and being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way. Nice job by the tight end finding that hole in the zone.
That's caught. It's Ellington. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. And now on second down for this offense. He's looking to throw. It's complete to the left. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for one or two more plays. And they decide to trot out the kicker. He's already made one field goal, but this one is going to need a big leg. A 50-yard attempt coming. He boomed it through. A 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
That late-in-the-half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Got things teed up and just about ready to go here in the second half. Bringing it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They have the lead to start the third quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime.
Yeah, and I think you take the lead and you try to stay optimistic with your team, but you also say, guys, if we had taken care of the football, this lead would be even bigger. We might have already knocked them out already.
It's just about eliminating mistakes at this point. You're right. This thing would be over if they hadn't shot themselves in the foot. So ball security, that is at a premium as this game goes on.
He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19. And the Mustangs will hustle to the line. On third and long, trying to convert through the air. Quickly out to the tight end. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a fourth down. The Mustangs will bring the punt team onto the field. He only needs a sliver of daylight. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking downfield is Adkins. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Over the 30. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. The execution on that screen pass is one that will go in a coaching clinic.
Nice execution on the screen. Allow the rush to come upfield. Now I release, get the ball to the running back. I got my playmaker in space. Nice chunk yardage play right there by the offense.
This offense has a second down play. He's looking to throw. Finds his big tight end. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. The Nittany Lions have taken it inside the 20. On third and short, they'll ride the running back here. And they'll get him down, but boy, did he put some dudes in the spin side. My goodness. And the Nittany Lions are on the move. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Pushes and picks his way ahead for 6 yards. He's down at the 8.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Madden. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That was a nice catch right near the line of scrimmage. Man, you want to get some yak after the catch and try to make a play, but that defense was right on him. got him on the ground too quick.
He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Looking to throw. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up second down. Got stopped on first down. They'll try it again from the 2. Looking for a man. It's Adkins. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. And the extra point puts them on top by 1. So they take advantage of good field position and move it 46 yards. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. This guy is so dangerous. The excellent vision to find a lane and get it out and set up the offense with good field position. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable on that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on the field.
And off from the shotgun. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. And the Mustangs in the hurry-up. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. Grabbed in the middle, it's Ellington. Right down the gut of the field. Touchdown, SMU. They take the lead with the 6. Quick strike touchdown comes out and jump-starts the offense.
And, man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
They'll line up to go for 2. Try to power it in. They get it into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. The lead stands at 7. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Fair catch called for and made. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Unloads quickly. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
When we see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Well, the offense trying to stay aggressive, right? You just came up with a huge play, and right away you go back to another pass, but you got to do a better job protecting your quarterback. Can't give up a sack there.
That sack gets this offense behind the chains. It's second down. They're bringing heat. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Well, the offense just set themselves up in a bad situation on this one. Second and third and long, there was not a lot of guesswork. Defense knows they're throwing the football, and you could tell in that pass rush, man, they were coming.
Complete to the left. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. The receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
The Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Looking to throw, it's Adkins. Fires left. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yards. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Firing to the right, complete. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. On 2nd down, wants to throw. He makes the connection. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. To the ground to try to move the chains. Touchdown, Penn State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And no problem on that extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the 4th. We've got a dandy going here, all tied up in the 4th quarter and about to kick it away. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
To the air, it's Carson. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there, but on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls in.
The Mustangs line up to punt it away.
It's really nice when you're an offensive coach and you can basically attack the whole field. When you got an arm like this and you can just, boom, put it on a line, it's really nice to have.
He gets a block. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. This could be a real turning point in the game. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
When you're on defense and you get to play outside linebacker, it's about as good as it gets, right? I get to rush the passer just like this and put him on the ground. Then I get to cover in space. I get to move all over the place. Great job by the outside linebacker. The most fun position to play in college football.
And they're able to make the tackle.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to them. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out.
3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
They're getting this guy lathered up. They get him down, but he does pick up 3 to the 32-yard line.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
Knocked down at the 27 after a pickup of 5. Here comes 3rd and short from the 27. This defense trying to make them settle for a field goal. To the ground to try to pick up the first. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now,
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
you can just see the excitement this defense has every play. They're almost wishing this quarterback drops back to throw because they know they're going to get home to him. That's the 6th time they've registered a sack.
Unloads to the right. He's got it. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Man, we're seeing the tight end used more and more in the passing game. You see him moving inside. You see him moving outside. You see him moving in the box to block people. So here they put him in the slot and just have a nice little pitch and catch session.
Touchdown, Nittany Lions! They've got the lead here in the fourth. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Paul.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Caught in the backfield, it's Ellington. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Let's see what they've got on second down. Quick release by the QB. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Fires to the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. And the Mustangs send out the punt unit. Running it back, it's Mayo. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
It's a fumble. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it.
Man, this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. Doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win games.
Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. To the air, it's Adkins. Extending the play. He'll pull it down and run. At the 35, he's open. And he can't hold on to the ball at the end of this big game. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield, 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Out of the backfield, he's open.
And you're seeing why this guy is on the field during 2-minute situations. He can catch the football and make things happen. Nobody open downfield, just dump it down to him and let the guy go to work, pick up a huge play, help this offense get in position to win the game.
Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. The aerial assault continues. Moving out of the pocket. Trying to escape and get it himself. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Lets it slip right through his hands, and it'll be 4th down after the rare drop from this dude.
After that incompletion, there is so much pressure now on this quarterback to come up with a big play. They need to score a touchdown. They need to keep this drive alive to have any shot at winning this game. But it all comes down to this play right here.
Throws for the end zone. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. We've got a timeout on the field, a tight game in the 4th, and the brain trust will go to work. The running back has it. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. Offense uses a timeout. 17 seconds left on the clock. The Nittany Lions decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this when ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Feeling some heat. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Sports history, David, upset is the only horse ever to defeat Man of War. And that's why we call games like this an upset.
I really had no clue that was a real thing. But I do know this is an upset. This team was unranked, beat a ranked team. But